You have about 30 seconds to get locked and loaded for an hour of high-powered talk with the Gunsmiths. The Gunsmiths are brought to you by Williams Gunsight Company, Michigan Lumber, Hicks Outdoors, Dick Williams Gun Shop, and Tri-County Roofing. Questions about what's new in the market, what your gun is worth, the latest laws and regulations? Call 810-743-8255. And now, your Gunsmiths, Jonathan and Jacob Smith.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm John.
And I'm Jake.
And we are the Gunsmiths.
The Gunsmiths.
There you go. There you go. Hey, hopefully you're having a good morning this morning. Here it is, October 29th. Fall. We're deep into fall already. It's hard to believe the colors are like gone. You know what I mean?
Well, we just had too much rain.
Rain and wind.
Rain and the wind, they all just go away.
But that nice high wind last night kind of dried everything up. It'll be dry enough to get out and probably even get into some fields, I imagine, next couple of days and either hunt or get some crops in. I'm sure there's still some soybean and plenty of corn out there to pick. I know because we've been looking at fields looking for deer, which you should be doing if you're driving around. Of course, you should be looking at the road. I always get in trouble for that. But it is the Gunsmith Show on Saturday, October 29th, show number 186, and we are live in the studio. Here, our number is 743-8255. That's 810-743-8255, or toll-free 866-533-1530. Good morning, Flint. Good morning, surrounding area. Good morning, Thumb. If you're listening to us on WLCO or if you're streaming us live on the internet on WFNT.com, or if you're picking us up on Radio Pup.
Yep.
Or
anywhere in the country.
Doggone it, anywhere. So glad to have you on board with us this morning. We have this show every week to talk about guns, discuss what's new on the market, what's going on, what's changing, what's staying the same. Just a good open discussion every week. My son Jacob and I do the show. Our last name is Smith, and we are the Gunsmiths. We have always dabbled in guns, and as far as the shooting sports goes, we do a lot with it. Shooting sports, we do a lot with hunting, and we're avid. We avidly stay up on exactly what's going on in the gun industry.
Right.
So we try to watch.
I feel like you just had to explain the joke behind the name of the show.
Well, kind of.
Nobody laughed, so we're okay. Well, let me explain this to you.
But no, it never was meant to be a funny show. Never was meant to be hilarity. This is a serious show. We talk about serious issues, and some of the most serious issues we have in this country is the divide between people that embrace guns and people that don't.
Right.
I heard the report yesterday that in 2015,
yes,
46 million Americans defended themselves with handguns.
That's a lot of people.
46 million. They might have only
with
had
an M?
Million.
That's what I thought.
They might have only had to show it. They might have only had to, act as if they had one. But 46 million people. It was on CBS News yesterday. I picked it up.
Wow.
So
very nice.
Good number. Good number. And you know what? If it wasn't there, there'd have been 46 million people more victims.
Exactly.
So that's why we're all about what we do. So welcome and good morning. You can email us. Our email address is shooter@thegss.com. That's shooter@thegss.com.
Our Facebook is /The Gunsmiths Show. And Twitter, follow us at Gunsmiths Show.
That's right. Now, we have some folks love to send us stuff in the mail. Our P.O. Box. It is the Gunsmith Show. P.O. Box 45, Flushing, Michigan, 48433.
That's right.
Simple as that. All right, now we got all that out of the way. It's kind of a legal thing,
Last week we had a good show about some gun control legislation that's been introduced into the state.
Yes.
Also talked a little bit about bird hunting. Pheasant season started.
Yes.
What shotguns to use for that. But this week, optics on a handgun? Really, guys? We're going to talk about the differences in optics and why some just might not be needed.
Yeah, and I guess there's a way to look at optics on handguns.
Because the world's not a Call of Duty video game.
It is fun for some.
Yep.
And it is impressive to others.
And there's different types of optics, though.
Right. Yeah, we're thinking optics. I mean, originally you saw red dot sights, 25 years ago on handguns.
Red dots on a bullseye gun. Okay, that's fine.
In lasers, yes, we saw the first mainstream laser we saw on a gun was, of course, Terminator, and it was a battery pack on. Yeah,
they had to put a battery pack on them with a cord going down the grip of the gun to make it work.
To make it work. So things have changed a lot. Now the Crimson Trace company has lasers that fit in the grip of your gun. They have tiny lasers that fit in the guide rod of guns. So there's all kinds of ways to put a laser on a gun. But we're talking about optics, though, and you see this more and more often. You see these MOS guns, and they are, it's a reflex sighting or elliptical sighting, and just we're going to get some feedback. If you've got one and you like it, give us some feedback. Or if you've tried it and not liked it, we'd love to hear about that too. So, but right now...
Plus, we're going to talk about what are you going to deer hunt with this year.
Yes.
And we finally found some commemorative ammo, so we're going to talk about that too.
All right. I know Jake's always looking for commemorative ammo because in the gun industry, there are... this show comes on every week just before Mike Gaylord's show, Everything Classic. Mm-hmm. There's always things to collect in the gun industry.
Yeah,
always.
But you got to be careful.
Well, yeah, because you could fill your house up with stuff that's not going anywhere dollars and cents wise, and you can pay too much up front.
Or you could fill up your garage and your bedroom and the basement. More than just the house.
Well, the important thing is
the 4 storage units.
You want to be
the 2 spare pickups out back. Just fill the beds up.
All right. Well,
I built a pole barn to store more of my useless garbage in.
No, empty ammo boxes.
Empty ammo boxes. Yeah,
that's a good collection thing, though. It's fun, and it's can have sentimental value. So, this segment of the show, folks, is brought to you by Hicks Outdoors in Clio. Hicks Outdoors on Linden Road, just south of Vienna, right across the street from Walmart. I hate saying that, but they said, you know what? It's a landmark. Everybody knows where Walmart's at in Clio.
Isn't it sad?
It is sad. Too bad it's not a really good lumber yard. Everybody builds their houses.
Too bad it's not Walmart just across the road from Hicks.
Yeah, there you go. Well, when you think about getting to Hicks Outdoors, you go, didn't they used to be on Clio Road? Yeah, they did. And they've grown and grown and grown, and they have become quite a hub for northern Genesee County and that surrounding area for hunting, fishing, tackle, gear, bait, archery. They've always had a great archery shop. Then they got into muzzle loaders, and now they have a full line gun shop.
Yep.
They don't dabble much in used guns, although they do have some. But what they'd like us to talk about on our site is Hicks Outdoors.
New guns.
Yeah, new guns at hicksoutdoors.net. That's hicksoutdoors.net. You can shop right from your home, look at new guns, new gun prices, and the prices are phenomenal. So, like right now, you can get their gun of the week is what Jacob's got going here. Their FNX, which if you like, if you've never held one, you got a whole new feel coming.
FN as in Fabrique Nationale,
right?
Not FN like anything else FN could stand for. But
yeah,
it's Fabrique Nationale.
It's FNX. It's hard to say. You got to be careful. Yeah. We are in the radio.
FNX 9mm handgun. This is their duty size 9mm, 4-inch barrel, matte black polymer frame and grip, and
excellent triggers.
Comes with
17-round capacity.
3 17-round capacity magazines.
And of all the guns we own, the FN's magazines are such high quality, it's actually hard to believe.
Yep.
Hard to believe. Now, these have manual safeties on them. This is, like Jake said, a duty gun. Empty, this thing weighs 21.9 ounces, $580.23 right now at hicksoutdoors.net. You buy it with your credit card online. It ships to the store. No FFL charges, and it's right there, and you can get it. When you get to the store, you just got to fill out your federal paperwork and dot your I's and cross your T's. You've already paid for it. So it's just merely a transfer at that point.
So you can buy your firearms online.
Darn right you can. And
but it has to be properly filled out paperwork at the store.
Right, with an FFL dealer.
So absolutely you can buy your stuff online.
Sure.
But you have to fill out your paperwork.
No loopholes.
No loopholes.
No BS. It is what it is. And it works perfectly fine.
Thank goodness we can trust UPS or FedEx or whoever it might be that's delivering these guns.
Yes.
I mean, you've got a guaranteed shipper that can handle these and know what they're doing.
Yep. And they're used to handling items that are
Exactly.
transferred.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. So it's all good. All right. And remember, folks, you can get a hold of us on Facebook. The Gunsmith Show, 4 words. This week on Facebook, Jake, what you been doing on there? It's been a busy week because we've had a couple birthdays this week. You actually had a birthday yesterday.
And you had a birthday on Tuesday.
Tuesday it was. Yes, it was. So it's been a busy week for us. And
we've gotten very little done this week.
Yeah, and I did get a little bit of reloading done. I've been working on some 45s. I did clean a lot of guns. Because we had guns to put away. And but I did take the semi-auto shotguns apart and clean them really good this week.
Well, good.
And get that carbon out of them, because semi-auto shotguns, don't think it's not like a Timex watch. You usually have to take them apart and clean them because they do fill up with carbon and soot and dirt and all kinds of nasty stuff. And that happens with some shotguns. Now, Jacob, you shoot a Franke Affinity.
Inertia, so there's no gas being released into the rest of the gun, so it keeps the gun extremely clean.
Very nice.
Don't know where the gas all goes. I haven't researched that much into it yet, but it's not in the gun.
It goes away from you. That's good. It goes out the barrel.
It's gone.
Yep.
So
very
I don't worry about having to clean the gun that much. A simple wipe down, clean the barrel out with the barrel snake.
I assume it was John Browning that thought about having the portholes in the bottom of the barrel so that the gas tube would make the gun function.
Yes.
I mean, it was brilliant, literally brilliant. But
I think he was the first one to create a gas operated.
Yes, and now when you think about that, it is the point of destruction for a gun. That's where all those nasty gases go. Some guns, it flutes right into the chamber. Like Setmes. Setmes have fluted chambers. So when you shoot a gun called a Setme, when the shell pops out, it's got black stripes down it.
Yep.
That's the gas porting around the shell, and that makes the action blow back. I mean, they work great, but the dirt stays in the action, so you got to clean them quite regularly.
Yeah.
So for a duty gun, it's not smart. So I would think that the military is probably going nuts trying to make a shotgun be an inertia-driven gun like your Franke is, which is made by Benelli, and make it work.
Maybe the M4s. Maybe those Benelli M4s
they probably
are inertia.
Yeah, I never even thought of it. Because I seldom pick up a $1,700 tactical shotgun. So although in tactical shotguns, you've dabbled in that a little bit.
We'll talk about this stuff later.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Stephen, if you want to take us to commercial break, we're going to get out of here for just a minute. But hang on tight. There's a lot more of the Gunsmith Show coming up in just a couple minutes.
Man's got to know his limitations.
You just can't spend a whole day at the gun store anymore.
Thankfully, the crew at Williams Gun Sight Company has created the best way to spend the day at the gun store by doing it online.
WilliamsGunsight.com is the way to shop for your used handguns, rifles, shotguns, and more, with thousands of guns in stock for your total gun shopping experience.
Check out WilliamsGunsight.com and find your perfect match today.
Attorney Timothy J. Cassidy is the pro-gun attorney that we here at the Gunsmith Show use.
With more than 20 years of experience as a prosecuting attorney, law professor, and holding a past seat on the Genesee County Gun Board,
Tim Cassidy is your pro-gun attorney.
Contact Attorney Cassidy today at 810-569-5441 or email him at attorneycassidy@gmail.com.
And now back to the Gunsmiths.
All right, hope you had time to fill up that coffee. This is the Gunsmith Show. We're live in the studio, 810-743-8255. Everybody loves talking guns, whether you're pro guns or against guns. Had some great conversations this week with state senators and important people in the news that feel just like I do, that it is our right. We're supposed to have guns. We're supposed to protect our families and protect our neighborhoods and be able to protect our whole life in general. That's why we are a well-armed militia.
Yep.
Now, we're also hunters and sportsmen, and we want to make sure that you are safe and sound, and always, of course, use sound judgment in what you do. Remember, you if you're going to defend yourself with a gun, you have to be careful. You have to do it right. Emotions, adrenaline, all kinds of stuff going to happen.
Exactly.
But let's just say this, that you need to practice. You need to put yourself in scenario training and be very, very careful. It's like, you see people out shooting skeet or shooting trap.
Yeah.
They're scenario training there too, aren't they?
They are.
They're scenario training for hunting.
For hunting for birds.
And that's why you see these 3-gun shoots. That's why you see tactical training centers. That's why you see advanced CPL classes, which CPL stands for Concealed Pistol License. You see these classes because people need to be trained.
Yep.
You need to put yourself in scenarios. You see people going to karate class. You think they go there because they want to work out?
No.
No, they're practicing protecting their lives. That's what they're doing. And yeah, they want to learn how to, be a sensei, but that's okay because everybody's got their thing.
Speaking of sensei, this segment's brought to you by Tri-County Roofing.
The senseis of roofing.
Pulling a Glenn Beck there.
Yeah, you like that, eh?
Speaking of my home, reminds me of my pillow. Tri-County Roofing. Tim and Tom and Tri-County Roofing on the job every day for more than 40 years.
And you got to say, on a week like this where we've had every kind of weather you can imagine.
Yeah.
Frost and ice in the morning to last night, high winds, rain, pouring. It's in fall, so your gutters are filling up with leaves.
It snowed.
Chances are there's a lot of you looking up. Yeah, snow, ice, rain, sleet. It's like...
We had a classic Michigan week, all 4 seasons in 1 week.
Yeah, and this morning I actually am wearing shorts.
Well,
just so you know. In case nobody noticed.
Yeah, we saw. Please put pants back
I
on.
think everybody noticed. But anyway.
Too short of shorts, Dad.
Yeah.
It's not 84 anymore.
1979 NBA shorts. Way too short. But anyways, let's just say this. When weather gets like this, look at your ceilings. Look for anything showing that you might have had water leaking. And you want to get Tri-County Roofing out to take care of your problems. If you've got a commercial building and the high winds last night, after high winds, you want to check your roofs to make sure, especially on flat roofs, to make sure that the old roof that was put on 18 years ago hasn't blown off.
Yep.
Tri-County Roofing is who you want to call. 810-732-7740. They're good. They do excellent work, and they're men of honor, and they do what they say. And that's what matters most to me.
Oh, exactly.
And that's why they're a good portion of this show, and we're very happy to have them as sponsors of our show. Now, here at the Gunsmith Show, we want to welcome you back. We're glad you're here with us. We're
1470, 1530 listeners, everybody on Radio Pup, everybody from WFNT.com.
Right.
Good morning.
Glad you're here. Now, listen, we've got, we see it more and more.
Yes.
Handguns with optical devices on top of them. Now, I'm kind of old school. I go back to what Colonel Cooper said. Be good with a handgun because it will get you to your long gun. And that's what it's for. But a lot of people with these guns a lot of people only have a handgun in the house. That is their long gun. You know what I mean? And they have maybe a small concealed gun, and then they have they might have a larger, home defense gun that, is like that FNX we talked about earlier. Something that holds 17 or 18 rounds. It's not a 6-shot revolver they keep in their pocket.
Right.
So when you're getting into these bigger, more higher-end guns, and you begin to see the MOS models, the models that are designed for optical sighting. Now you're seeing them. They're on the covers of all the magazines. They're popping up in all the movies. They're in all the, as Jacob said earlier, the video games.
And I think, looking back at it, trying to go back to when I first saw these in video games as a kid.
Yes.
That's where I think you're seeing a lot of the push for guns. There was that special on Gun Stories with Joe Montaigne or whatever.
Montaigne.
Yeah. Talking about the Desert Eagle. The Desert Eagle is so close to getting its own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame because it's been in so many movies and video games.
Yeah.
The Desert Eagle itself. The number one selling Desert Eagle is the gold-plated one. Why? Because it's in all the video games and movies.
No kid.
So when you look at these new Call of Duty games, and handguns have red dot sights on them.
Yes.
It's not red. I remember your first gun. I remember the sight on it was you had a Ruger Mark I with that loopholed grip
Grip mount.
grip mountain that came up on top and it held a red dot
Yes.
sight.
It had a Picatinny
That's
rail
not
up
what
there.
you're seeing in video games. You're seeing H&Ks or something similar styling that they make to look like it with a Seymour style sight on it.
Right.
An MOS sight.
A reflex sight.
Yeah.
Now,
And so people in that age group of that can legally buy one, 21 to maybe 35 in that video game group,
the video game gamers.
that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what my character uses.
Well, and because it is cool to own. It's just like, when you're driving fast cars on a video game,
yeah,
you want to
wanna
go buy a fast
go out and buy a Mustang because
And
it was
we're-
in bullet.
This show is open discussion about guns. That's why it's what we're talking about, and so we happen to be talking about video games right now. But it made you want to get your first M1 Garand too.
Well, yeah, because I remember that first Medal of Honor game
Yes.
back on the PlayStation.
Yes.
I mean, that was you had to have an M1 Garand.
And the first chance you had to actually get one at a decent price, you bought it,
Yeah.
and you couldn't wait to hear that clip fly up in the air.
Oh, you hear it in every.
Remember, you actually brought it in
Ching.
here. We did it in the studio
Yeah.
that one time. Yeah. So now, as far as guns go, we're seeing these glass sights now. Even Handgun magazine came in yesterday.
That's what. Yeah.
And right on the cover is the new SIG P320, which is a beautiful Picatinny bottom rail, machined out on top for a glass sight. It comes right with it from the factory, and these sights are made now by the manufacturer, by the gun manufacturer.
Yeah.
I mean, SIG has their own line of optics now.
And their own line of silencers.
Yes, they are coming on strong, and of course, American made. Now, SIG didn't start out American made.
No.
But they are now. It was SIG Hammarelli, and they made fine guns over in Switzerland. And some of them still are made over there. They work together. They had, for years, the SIG guns were the number one guns for all your triathletes and all that stuff.
Really?
They were high-end, very expensive guns, and just works of art. Plus, SIG was, and still is, some of the most elite weapons you can get. They
Right.
are top of the line. But anyways, we were talking about this one.
So whatever happened to learning to shoot a gun or having a handgun without some type of optics on it?
Yeah.
When's the last time you've been able to? Well, I'm sure you can. Don't get me wrong, and I'm sure there's listeners out there that have holsters for this. But what are the odds of you going into a tactical situation on your own with a gun with a reflex sight on it for a handgun?
If it's your primary home defense gun and you're comfortable with that, that's good. You got to scenario practice that.
But that's what night sights were for too.
Yeah, true. Night sights are wonderful, and they help you align with your sight. They don't illuminate your person, the bad guy. That's what you need lighting for. Now, how well these reflex sights work with lighting, I don't know. I haven't tried it, so I can't knock it because I haven't tried it. But I know that night sights work good with a flashlight because you usually got your three glowing green lights, or if you're even using fire sights, something that's going to glow when you look down those sights in the dark, and that helps. And you don't want to have night blindness, which is what those reflex sights, I'm afraid, are going to take your eyes off of your target. That's my whole point of this. In nighttime situations, is that reflex sight actually going to work, or is it going to hinder your ability to find your target? So that's and if you've done it, if you practice with it, give us a call, let us know. I have one reflex sight, and right now it doesn't even work. So it's an old one I've got, and then I've oftentimes said I'm going to get a Seymour and put it on top of an M4 and have some fun with it, and I just never have. I've always done good with optics and with scopes because I don't have real good vision. I don't at distance I appreciate a good scope, but for home defense, I rely on a flashlight and night sights.
Yeah. Yep.
Glowing sights. And that's you take a gun without glowing sights of any type, and you're in a dark room and you raise that gun up, you have no idea, other than your muscle memory, where that gun's pointing.
Spray and pray.
No, exactly. That's why it holds 18 rounds. No, the point is you gotta know where your bullets are going. You own that bullet when you pull that trigger. You don't want it to go out your front window and hit your neighbor's house or the kids at the bus stop or whatever's going on. You want to be very careful. So anything you do, anything you use, you want to scenario train. We have very limited ability to night train unless you have a place you can go do that at.
Right.
You could practice maybe with sunglasses on. That might help you a little bit. And I'm sure some people do, when they get into their Don Johnson mode.
All right, so for these sights, though, for target shooting, absolutely. You need a red dot because these guys with the bullseye and the bullpin or the bowling pin leagues.
Oh, fast acquisition of
Fast
target.
and it's a good red dot on there. That's great.
Yeah.
But let's, before you go out and buy your brand new handgun and instantly put this red dot reflex sight on it, how about you shoot the gun first and make sure you can use it with sights?
Well, it's a nice way to put it. Get out there and shoot it. See if you can shoot it with the standard iron sights that are on it. I hate to rely on battery-powered devices. I really do. I still want to have a phone line at home that's, a landline. I still want to have a rifle. When I get a rifle, it doesn't have any sights on the barrel. I kind of go, why? Just put some sights on the barrel. It's not that hard. It's another.
So you duct tape some iron sights.
Little crazy glue and put it on there, or you take it to Williams and have them put
does
on.
That look straight? Yeah, close enough.
Yeah. Well, the point is, I hate to rely on battery-powered devices on guns.
Right.
And on these handguns, these sights are tiny. So these are little teeny tiny batteries in there. They are designed to turn on and shut off in a short time, most of them. I don't think they're on, off, constant. I like the idea of grip actuators that are, when you squeeze the gun, it turns on. But there's going to be a time and a place where how many gadgets can be on that gun, because basically you got a chamber and a barrel and a way to feed that mechanism. So don't overthink it. Don't go too far into your gadgetry. Learn to use your iron sights. That's where you learn your pistol craft.
Right.
Yes, you see it more and more on the videos.
Being accurate. Being proficient with the firearms that you have been dealt with.
Right. Or that you've decided to shoot.
Right.
And if you're unhappy with it, trade it in on something different. If you're not happy with what you're shooting, don't put it away and say, "Oh, I hate that gun." Either learn to use it better, figure out what's going on. One of the ways we do is we videotape our shooting, so that we can see what we're doing.
Yeah.
And actually watch ourselves shoot, so that we can better understand what we're doing right or what we're doing wrong. So when it all comes together, you say, "Oh yeah, I was holding the gun right. I had the right grip. I was look at your you can even, if you've set your cameras up, and of course these are they're not somebody holding the camera. Set the cameras up to watch yourself shoot from the front. Watch what your eyes do. Watch how much your flinch is. Watch where the shells are going. If the shells are hitting you on the top of the head, put a hat on, or go to a higher powered round. Sometimes us reloaders, we get the power down so low in some of those rounds that as the shells fly out of the gun, they're landing between you and your gun. They're popping over the back of the gun and landing in semi-autos. Revolvers, that's a whole different story. So we have an opportunity to better your ability to shoot the gun. Get out to the range and shoot it. If you don't like it, get something different. Go rent guns. Go to buy it, shoot it before you buy it, and see what you feel and see what you like, because you want to be comfortable with what you have and you want to be proficient with it. So get something you can afford to shoot. I wouldn't recommend everybody go out and buy a 460 Smith & Wesson or a 500 AE where it's going to be $3 every time you pull the trigger. No. Get yourself a 9mm where it's 25 cents every time you pull the trigger, or 15 cents every time you pull the trigger.
And I saw a FN 5.7 for $1,499.
$1,499 and a 5.7 FN. Okay, this is a 5.7, very high power.
And then the ammo is about $1 a round last I checked too.
It's been coming down. I've been seeing boxes of 50 for $30.
Really?
Yeah, $29 on the FN. It's a 5.7 by 28. It's a very interesting gun, high powered round. It has 30 round capacity. No, 20 round capacity, I believe, in the gun. Maybe 30. but they also make it in a rifle version that has a 50-round capacity. Quite a gun, and some defense forces are using it because very low recoil, high pressure, it's almost like an M16 bullet, very close to the same.
It's a bottleneck handgun cartridge.
Right,
Yeah.
it's a 5.7 millimeter bullet, which a 223 is a 5.56 millimeter bullet. So it's just slightly larger, but shoots out of a small bottleneck cartridge. Very interesting gun. But, so be careful. I've had plenty of people ask me, should I use that for home defense? Well, that bullet's screaming out of the barrel at 3,300 feet per second or something like that. And that might be a little much for home defense. When a 45 goes 900 feet per second and does the job, but, you got a boom factor. So, well, listen, there's more to talk about. When we come back, Jake, what are we talking about?
Well, we're going to talk about that assault weapons law in Michigan and see what's happening with that. Plus, what are you hunting with this year?
All right. Folks, remember our number here live in the studio is 810-743-8255. That's 743-TALK. And we'll be glad to talk to you if you need to, if you got something you want to talk to us about. We are the Gunsmiths. We're here every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 a.m., live on 1470 and 1530 WLCO. And we're going to go to commercial break. When we come back, more gun talk.
If you want your home to feel sound when you are not around, call Pal Alarm. To protect your safekeepings and stop anyone from peeking, call Pal Alarm. When the house gets locked down so you can get out of town, call Pal Alarm. Give Pal Alarm a call today at 810-908-8298. That's 810-908-8298 or palalarm.com.
Man's got to know his limitations.
You just can't spend a whole day at the gun store anymore.
Thankfully, the crew at Williams Gun Sight Company has created the best way to spend the day at the gun store by doing it online.
WilliamsGunsight.com is the way to shop for your used handguns, rifles, shotguns, and more, with thousands of guns in stock for your total gun shopping experience.
Check out WilliamsGunsight.com and find your perfect match today.
$20 certificates for John's Pizzeria and American Bistro in Goodrich. They are back. They are on special this weekend. $20 certificates, $11.50 a piece while they last. This weekend, got to go to WFNT.com and seize the deal. Fantastic. John's on M15 State Road in Goodrich, 20 for $11.50. Also, $10 certificates for the Flushing A on Cherry Street, downtown in Flushing. 10s are $5.75 a piece. $5.75 gets you 10 for the Flushing A. WFNT.com. You got to the end of the weekend to grab them. WFNT.com. Seize the deal.
Hey, everyone.
This is Life Tips with Geico.
Life tip 1. You can use a razor to shave those little lint balls off your sweatshirt or jacket.
Speaking of jackets, try wearing yours backwards. You could use the hood as a convenient snack trough.
Life tip 2. Switch to Geico and you could save hundreds on your car insurance. On top of that, the Geico Insurance Agency could help save you money on home and renter's insurance. Geico. Get savings into your life. Visit geico.com today.
And now, back to the Gunsmiths.
All right, here we are, bottom of the hour, looking up. Good morning. Got that coffee filled up, and actually, I put the coffee down. Jake supplied me with a fresh glass of Diet Mountain Dew a moment ago.
Yeah.
The Gunsmith Show, brought to you by Mountain Dew. Well, anyways, good morning, everybody. Here it is, Saturday morning again, Gunsmith Show time, 8 to 9 every Saturday morning. We have this segment of the show today is brought to you by Dick Williams Gun Shop. Since 1967, they've been in Bridgeport, your Freedom Group warranty station. Freedom Group is Remington, Marlon, H&R, DPMS, and Bushmaster.
Yes.
Bushmaster, one of the hottest names this year in deer hunting here in Michigan. We'll discuss that in the next segment. But we have, speaking of the 450 Bushmaster, and you can always get a hold of Dick Williams Gun Shop. Great folks, open today. Give them a call at 1-989. I almost said 800. 777-1240. Now, where are they? M13,
Yeah,
about
head on
halfway
up.
between Burt and Saginaw.
Yep.
So pretty easy to get to. M13's all rebuilt up there, easy to drive, and a really, really nice gun shop. Good people to deal with. Ammo prices are great. Good used gun and new gun selection. And you're standing looking into a machine shop when you walk in the door, so it's pretty cool. Again, their number at Dick Williams Gun Shop, and they've been in business since 1967. 989-777-1240. All right, now, there is, this is a kind of a reminder, but we've gone over this pretty good in the last week. If you've watched any news, you've heard a little bit of it, but there is currently a bill in the state Senate, Michigan House, that is essentially willing to outlaw assault weapons.
Yeah, there's a couple different aspects to this bill, but the main thing is an assault weapons ban.
And again, define assault weapon, you know? Is an assault weapon a Chevy truck with a 350 motor in it?
No, they went through and defined everything an assault weapon really would be listed as.
Is it a really good Louisville Slugger?
A magazine that would stick out in front of the grip.
Yeah.
Anything with a grip in front of the trigger, so a secondary front handle.
Scary guns.
Anyways.
You know what I'm saying.
The guns that are the ones that people are scared of.
And the ones that are flying off the shelves because people want them for home defense and for personal defense and to be a well-armed militia.
What do we use for home defense before? And okay, don't get me wrong. An AR, it's a very tiny bullet.
Right.
Why do you not use a shotgun for home defense?
Most people do. I mean, honestly, it goes right back to that noise of that pump shotgun.
Well, the pump shotgun, yeah.
But I mean, I bet you there's been more people defend themselves with double barrel shotguns in the course of the United States history than with the one with a pump.
Yep.
But let's face it, a shotgun is a nasty tool for a nasty job, and you got to stop somebody. A shotgun does the job. Why do you think they sell boxes of double-aught buck in boxes of 100 now? Because people shoot the heck out of it. It's every time you pull the trigger, you got 9 .32 caliber bullets flying out the barrel.
Yeah.
So it works. So
and I'm not at all against the assault weapons.
Oh,
but
no,
I'm just saying for home defense. Let's be sensible about it. For home defense, what are the odds of you in that frantic middle of the night kicking in the front door? Your AR is going to be accurate.
Well,
with you frantically trying to get out there.
But a lot of people are very comfortable knowing there's 30 rounds in that magazine, and they're very comfortable because they know how to handle that gun. And it's especially an M4 with a collapsible buttstock. You bring it in tight to you. You bring it up. You find your target. You got a light on it. You got a laser. Whatever you want. The bad part about a laser in a scary situation is you can see your heartbeat. And if you run up and down the stairs 3 times, then you try to hold your gun up and see your laser, you're going to watch your heartbeat like it's an oscilloscope going. It's going to look like an EKG going off because your heart is, unless you're completely physically trained and really, really good in your cardio. If you've watched Zombieland several times, cardio is important. You got to be able to outrun the zombies. Well, anyways, the point is this. You're going to see that in that laser. And so are the people that might be out there against you. But, no matter what, they're not going to be staring at the laser bouncing around on their chest.
Well, according to State Senator Ken Horn,
yes,
this bill is dead on arrival.
That's right. Thanks, Ken.
It has been basically just pushed through with Michael Bloomberg's money.
Yes.
And it's actually backfired on those that have presented it so far.
That's right. Because why? They're guilty by association. And that's a very good thing. Because when, on an election year like this, when we have such a disconnect between the two sides, and then this gets thrown into the mix, and they're trying to take, now here it is, they said they weren't going to try to take away guns, and here they are trying to take away guns.
Yeah.
So it backfired on them. So that's a very interesting concept. It completely backfired on the legislator out of the Detroit area.
Oak Park,
yeah, I think it is. And it backfired on them.
Right.
So if you say you're going to do it, and you say you're not going to do it, and then you do it, it's kind of stupid. It backfired.
Right.
Now,
right.
Do we need sensible legislation? We have sensible legislation. Do we need more gun control? No, we need people control.
Right.
Remember, guns don't kill people. People kill people. So, and that's kind of what it boils down to. Now, you, Jacob, to switch directions just a little bit, you were lucky enough in this past week to find some more commemorative ammo that you look for.
Well, Winchester, when we talked about their 150th anniversary, they were going to come out with this special anniversary ammo. Silver box is very nicely done.
Yeah.
And I had been asking Williams, and they said, no, we don't have any word of any coming here. And I thought, well, maybe it's one of those scenarios where it's only sold at Cabela's or Bass, only sold at bigger stores.
Or specific locations, depending on who their supplier is.
Right.
Because they're all limited by their suppliers.
So I was up at Jay's up in Clare last Friday, two Fridays ago.
Yes.
And found they had 2 cases of Winchester 12 gauge steel shot 150th anniversary boxes.
Wow.
And a complete stack. They had none of the handguns, but they had a complete stack of 270 Winchester in the 150th boxes as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Was able to find some of that. And it goes back to that collecting thing, and then when Mike Gaylor will be covering it on his show too, and how collecting and is this ammo worth anything more? Did I pay more for that box of ammo? About $3 more than a standard box of 270.
But you also got nickel-plated brass on them, didn't you?
It's nickel-plated brass, special limit. I mean, and the box has that old.
It's really cool.
It's a picture of, I think, they're hunting a moose or something.
Yeah,
and
something you'd love to see on the shelf in the cabin.
Yeah, exactly.
A nice look.
So, is it worth something?
To you, it is.
To me, it is.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at collecting. It might not be worth a penny on the retail market, but I like it, so that's why I keep it.
Right. And I'm sure I have guns that are that way too, that other people say, why would you have that gun? Well, it's because I enjoy shooting it and,
Right.
and I'm proficient with it. So that's why I keep it.
You see at the gun shows the 1776 ammo, or 1976 ammo, the bicentennial boxes.
Yes, bicentennial boxes.
But there were so many of them made.
Yeah.
The value still,
but
you're not seeing $100 to $200 a box. You're seeing about $30 a box.
But talk about the John Wayne ones.
But when you see the John Wayne ammo from the year he died,
The John Wayne commemorative ammo from Winchester. It's far more expensive.
I have, from the 100th birthday of John Wayne, I have hit that ammo.
Yes.
That stuff. And if you find a box of that in $44.40, upwards of $100 a box.
Wow. Well, and that's interesting because all of us, it seems like everybody collects something. You know what I mean? So.
And if you have an old box of ammo still in the plastic wrap, do not open it.
Don't
open the plastic. I will gladly buy you another box of that ammo for you to shoot in that gun.
What if it's like 460 Rigby Magnum?
Well, then I'll give you $20. But do
something
not.
at $7 a round.
Yeah, don't tell them. Do not open that box of ammo, please.
Yeah. If you're not going to use it, don't open it. Leave it.
It's
just
like
as it
going
is.
to the museum and saying, that car's really nice. And you jump in it and, you break the handle off on the radio.
It'd be like scratching an album. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
To put it in radio terms.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about what happened last Sunday, which was kind of cool. And then which was the Davison Gun Show and a great day at Williams Gun Site too. So hang on tight. We'll be back in just a minute with more of the Gunsmith Show.
If you want your home to feel sound when you are not around, call Pal Alarm. To protect your safekeepings and stop anyone from peeking, call Pal Alarm. When the house gets locked down so you can get out of town, call Pal Alarm. Give Pal Alarm a call today at 810-908-8298. That's 810-908-8298 or palalarm.com.
Attorney Timothy J. Cassidy is the pro-gun attorney that we here at the Gunsmith Show use.
With more than 20 years of experience as a prosecuting attorney, law professor, and holding a past seat on the Genesee County Gun Board,
Tim Cassidy is your pro-gun attorney.
contact Attorney Cassidy today at 810-569-5441 or email him at attorneycassidy@gmail.com.
Cancer is an awful disease. We all know it. It's impacted so many people and continues to change lives every single day. Greater Flint Imaging, Dorp Federal Credit Union, and Town Square Media teamed up to show unending support to survivors by putting cancer in park this October. Look for designated survivor parking spots at businesses throughout the area and know that the people involved and the people parking in those spots are all in this fight together. Greater Flint Imaging, Dorp Federal Credit Union, Town Square Media, and you. Together, we can put cancer in park.
When I listen to Audible, I'm not drinking box wine on the couch with my schnoodle. I'm undercover at a Parisian gala, hot on the trail of Europe's most infamous jewel thief. There, in the corner, the man with the mustache has red clay on his shoes. The exact same clay from the tennis court where the Sultan's jewels went missing. I break into a sprint and tackle him to the ground. Where are the jewels, you fiend? No, not you, Pepper. You're a good boy.
Go to audible.com/actnow, and your first download is free. Audible. Stories that surround you.
Colonial Lanes is proud to sponsor another great season of Powers football. At Colonial Lanes, we strive for family fun. That's what we're all about with our fall leagues underway. You'll want to call ahead for open bowling times and book that family fun bowling party. Get away from the TV set and stop all those cell phone discussions and just bowl. Colonial Lanes, Pearson Road, Flushing. Your family will thank you. To schedule that bowling party today at Colonial Lanes, call 810-659-5675. 659-5675 or go to coloniallanes.com. Attention small business owners. Did you know that established businesses in the Flint and surrounding areas are pre-qualified for a small business loan up to $250,000 through Lendio? Lendio works with over 75 lenders, so they can help you get the best terms available for your small business. Flint and surrounding areas. You might have a landscaping business and want to add on an extra truck or crew. Maybe you need to add on staff and inventory for your store before the busy season. Perhaps you've just landed that new client, but now you need capital to gear up so you can complete the order. By getting that extra cash, Lendio can help your business grow. Lendio is trusted by thousands of businesses just like yours. If you've been in business for at least 6 months and have established revenue, go to lendio.com to get better loan options for your business. That's lendio.com. Call 800-589-LEND or visit lendio.com today.
I'm Ruth Johnson, your Secretary of State, and I'm also a mom. With cell phones and the internet, today's kids have an easy connection to music, games, information from around the world, and each other. Now, parents have some help protecting their children online. The Michigan Child Protection Registry is a free, secure service that blocks adult ads from reaching your child or teen on their electronic devices. Visit protectmichild.com and register your child.
Sponsored by SOS and MAB.
And now, back to the Gunsmiths.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to take you to Davison, Michigan, live. No, we're not live. We're live in the studio. But in Davison, Michigan, what do we have?
We had the gun show last weekend.
And we have Williams Gun Sight.
Oh, and Williams. Sorry,
WilliamsGunsight.com.
yes.
This segment of the show is brought to you by WilliamsGunsight.com. Now, what do we do there? We find awesome used guns. We do it on a regular basis. But there's so much on their site now. Their new website is phenomenal. Go to WilliamsGunsight.com. You'll be glad you did.
Yes.
And Jacob, we always pick out 5 random guns.
Yep.
And what was your thought process this week?
I was tired and trying to get a list together.
Well, you picked cool guns. I'm going to start with number 1.
That's what I wanted to do was pick cool guns.
I looked at this gun last week and it's beautiful. A Colt Trooper Mark III, 6-inch barrel, 357 Magnum. So this is just be a great sidearm to deer hunt with if you want to try deer hunting with a 357,
exactly.
Which it'll do the trick. Just, again, practice, and shot placement. This has got the wood grips. It's got a heck of a feel to it. It's just a beautiful handgun. $749.95.
It's the way a handgun should feel.
Yeah. And, you got to remember about Colts. They don't make these anymore, So that price, yeah, it's $749. But you're not going to find another one. There's just not many around.
These aren't sitting on every shelf brand new.
No, they're not.
Number 2, Marlon 1894 lever action, 44 Magnum. This one has the checkered walnut stocks.
Yes, it does. Looked at it yesterday.
20-inch barrel. It even has the original manual, which is interesting.
Yes.
$575. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if that gun doesn't make it through the weekend.
It probably is gone. Probably by noon today, that gun will be gone off the shelf. That is a deer hunting perfect gun for southern Michigan. Remember, that's a handgun cartridge, so you can deer hunt with it here in lower Michigan and northern Michigan. Here's another gun you can hunt with if you'd like, a Remington 1100. Again, these are all at WilliamsGunsight.com. Remington 1100 20 gauge
Sporting. Model.
Now these are beautiful guns. Ventilated rib, choke, manual, and the extra choke. $849.95. Now this is your sporting model. This is kind of like a souped up 1100. 1100s always work great anyway. This one is even better. Whenever it says sporting, it'll put it right on the side of the receiver. Some of them are high end, some are engraved. Beautiful guns. They're designed for sporting clays.
And it's a 20 gauge, so it's perfect for near just about everybody.
That's one of the most popular deer hunting guns now is 20 gauges with slugs. Those Hornady slugs.
Yes.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Please don't shoot it out of this one.
No, this is a smooth bore. This gun is designed for rabbit hunting, skeet shooting, some target shooting. That's what this gun is designed for. But $849.95, great gun for that price. Sporting guns, they run up around $1,100-$1,200 when you find them new. Now this is next one, a Winchester Model 70, another classic. Tell us about this one, Jake.
Model 70 and 300 Winchester Magnum,
Wow.
24-inch barrel with a Bushnell 3 to 9 power scope on it. However, for you that have good eyesight and are proficient with your iron sights at close range.
Yeah, that deer's only 11 yards away.
Exactly. You have see-through mount, so you can actually still see your iron sights on this rifle. Price on the Model 70, $495.
It doesn't even. It's like if I'm Spock, I'm saying that's not.
When I saw
no
that,
logic,
there should
Captain.
be
there
it
should be a 6 in front of that instead of like $695.
Yeah.
So a Model 70 300 Win Mag with a scope and see-through sights for $495. That is a darn near perfect Northern Michigan hunting gun.
Yep.
Now
you could get bear with that. You could get elk. You could get anything.
You could shoot 500 yards with it if you want to.
Yeah.
Now the neat thing about that gun is you can get if 300 Winchester Magnum scares you, you can get reduced recoil loads.
Yeah.
And if you if you hand load, you can load those down. You can make them shoot like a 30 carbine if you want to. Lots of fun there.
Really quickly, well, I'll let you finish the fifth gun. Then I've got a little trivia
Fifth gun.
thing.
How about a 1911?
Yep.
45 ACP from Springfield Armory. This is a 5-inch mil spec. So this is parkerized. You got your box. This is a GI looking gun. Very nice, durable guns. It's not your fancy one. It's just hardcore duty gun.
Yeah.
$599.95.
A very good entry grade 1911.
Yes, it is. And all these and yours can be more at WilliamsGunsight.com. I love going there. I love checking out their website. Awesome new website, huge. And it even depicts the range as well because they've got the corner on the market for indoor ranges.
Yeah.
And outdoor range. Where else can you go where you get that big of a... This is Michigan shooting facility. And we're proud to have them as sponsors of this show and the good folks there.
Hey, I was going to say, that 300 Winchester Magnum, when I just had read the story about this, Ted Nugent went on a safari in the 70s.
Yes.
He took a BAR and 7mm Magnum, and that's what he got his first Lion with.
No kidding.
7mm Remington Magnum on the Lion. It worked.
Oh.
Lesser guns have taken down Lions.
Well, yeah, but
Lions
303 British.
Yeah, exactly.
And their 7mm Mausers were popular. But the point is, that's a cool story. Yeah. Hey, and and BARs are popular in 7mm and 300 Winchester mags. They're 11-pound guns, but man, they do the trick.
They do the
trick. All right. In 3 days, Springfield Armory is introducing a new program called Saint.
We still have no idea what it is.
They're just kind of leading us on. The Saint is coming. So
yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be, but we'll find out more, and we'll tell you about it next week. I hope. Unless next week they say just 3 more days. So who knows what they're thinking. But we did go to the Davison Gun Show last weekend. It was a lot of fun. We had it's always fun because it's only like 4 miles from Williams. So everybody hits both when they go out there. And I'm sure some people run up to the gun barn and some people run here and run there. Or it's a Sunday only show, which works for us. We can get to them. Saturday ones, we find it very hard to get to Saturday gun shows.
Because we are here providing information to you, our beloved listeners.
There you go. Now, it was a good show. It was packed. I had a guy tell me the other day, I saw him just a couple nights ago, and he says, I went to that gun show. That was a joke. There was nobody there. I said, pardon me? What do you mean it was a joke? I said, what time did you get there? 2 o'clock. I said, 2 o'clock, people were packing up because they'd already sold out. I said the place was packed till noon. From 8 till noon, it was packed.
Yeah.
And it was a good show. There were so many people leaving with guns, I couldn't believe it, and leaving with ammo, and leaving with deals.
Yep.
And people bringing guns in to sell. We saw people carrying 2 guns, one on each shoulder, and selling rifles and left and right. And as people walked in front of us, we had a gunsmith show table. We were there to talk about the radio show, and we had a couple of our personal collection guns out there for sale. And everybody carrying handguns, I asked if they were for sale. Everybody said, no, I just bought it. They're walking around with a gun they just bought, and good for them. A lot of fun though, a lot of good camaraderie, a lot of slapping of the knees, and there was just some wonderful bargains, especially on reloading equipment and stuff. There were some people there that had some great bargains. So you never know what you're going to find at a gun show in mid-Michigan, but you're going to find good people. So next time the next one is December 4th there, and plan it, make a day of it. Go there, go grab some lunch, go over to Williams Gun Site, have a good day, and away you go. Tons of fun and good camaraderie the whole time. Now, Jake, in this past week, Alien Gear Holsters have done something different. What's going on here?
Yeah, they're really grabbing a foothold on the market of the holster world.
Yes. Well, they got the right price point.
We were with them at the very beginning with the first Alien Gear, and now they're on to their third model, third revision of it, I should say.
Yes.
And they're also introducing it now into different handguns. They've made it for the Baby Desert Eagle.
Really?
So
that's a popular gun.
Your Jericho 9mm and
Yes.
40s, and I think there's also 45.
Yes.
Also the H&K handguns.
Good. Along
with the new 380 Ruger LCP. They've refined it for that new one too.
It's always interesting. Holsters, the companies don't make holsters for guns until they become popular enough.
Right.
And there's some of our guns that we just can't find holsters for. You have to get kind of a generic big holster for some of the big FNs. Now, but something that I've noticed is in the gun market, there's some interesting sways going in the gun market, things that are happening that we're not used to seeing. Things like these ammo, the gun manufacturers are making ammo too.
Yes.
It's an odd thing to see when you're buying a SIG gun and there's SIG ammo and there's SIG sights. So where is this going? Are we going to make like these huge conglomerates? What's going on here? Why is it that these gun manufacturers think they got to get every part of the pie?
They're trying to grab it all.
They are trying to grab it all. So
but for years, Winchester Remington have made their own ammo for their guns too. So
yeah, that's true. Olin Corporation. We had a big story about that this week on Gun Stories.
Well, hey, get a hold of us during the week on a couple ways here. Our email is shooter@thegss.com. Our website is thegss.com, and you can find us on Facebook at The Gunsmith Show, and follow us on Twitter at Gunsmith Show.
All right, hang on tight, because Mike Gaynard will be with you in just a couple minutes, and we'll be back at 10 o'clock with the I Can Build That show. Have a great day, everybody.